In August 2022, I went on a trip to London to try the new Elizabeth line. I also tried loads of other TfL services, and I hadn't told you about what I got up to, so I thought I would just go through that on the tube map now. So, first of all, I came in on a mainline train to London Liverpool Street, which is one of London's big railway stations. You can see that where my cursor is here. I then went down to the Elizabeth line platforms for the first time, and I headed eastbound towards Whitechapel. I got off at Whitechapel and walked along the street and had a look at Whitechapel Market, which I'd never seen before. It was really cool. I also explored Whitechapel Station and found out that the underground was not in tunnels but was in deep cuttings. I then got back on the Elizabeth line and headed down to Canary Wharf. I had a slight problem there trying to navigate the lifts because they were just really confusing and not all of them went to the same levels. I then went up to the roof garden where they had a cool short story printer. I set off these weird bird noise things, it's hard to explain, just go there. And I explored Canary Wharf. We had some lunch and then I went back to Canary Wharf Elizabeth line station. And then I got back on the Elizabeth line and headed further south to Custom House, which you can see here. We tried calling the help point to get information about a train, but they weren't really sure about the trains, which was a bit weird considering we called the help point. But anyway, then we got back on the Elizabeth line and headed down to Woolwich. We briefly explored the Woolwich station and had a walk around, went to the DLR station and back, but we didn't actually go on the DLR. Then we got back on the Elizabeth line and went down to the terminus at Abbey Wood. There wasn't much to do, and we used an outdoor lift there because the station was on a flyover, which was pretty cool. Then we went back to Woolwich and we walked all the way from the back of the train at Abbey Wood to the front of the train by the time we arrived at Woolwich, which was super fun. Then we went to Woolwich Market and then we headed back to Woolwich DLR station. Then we got DLR from Woolwich Arsenal all the way up to Bank. Then we walked through to the Central Line platform. Just a quick pause there, the DLR was so fun, and in February when I go back to London, I'm planning to do more DLR. It's just, after the Elizabeth line, it's definitely my second favourite way to travel in London before all of the underground lines. You can sit at the front and see out the train, it's just so fun. Then we headed on the Central Line from Bank up to Liverpool Street, just one stop. We went down the Elizabeth line escalators, up in the incline lift so we could test it out, and then back down the escalators. And then we headed westbound and we got to Farringdon. We had a walk around, went to the Barbican Underground station and got the train back to Farringdon. And then we went along to Tottenham Court Road and had a look round Oxford Street and Soho, and then we went back into Tottenham Court Road and went along again to Paddington, because when my visit happened, Bond Street was not yet open, so we went through Bond Street where it said opening soon. When we get to Paddington, we had a snack, and then we decided we were going to go home. So we went on the Bakerloo line from Paddington down to Baker Street, and then we went to the Jubilee line, and we went to Canada Water, and then we went on the Overground line down to Queen's Road Peckham, which is where we were staying. The next morning, we got the bus from Queen's Road Peckham to New Cross Gate. Then we got the Overground from New Cross Gate down to West Croydon. And we walked to West Croydon tram stop and got on the London trams. This was super fun. We went from West Croydon tram all the way down to Coombe Lane on the tram, and then we caught a tram back to East Croydon. We changed the National Rail platforms and we got Thameslink all the way up to Farringdon, which was a really nice train. And then I will link Jeff Marshall's video down below. We tried Jeff Marshall's Infinite Loop, which was super fun, but we didn't manage to get much footage of it, so I would just send you to his video to see what we did, but it was really fun. Then we went back to Whitechapel on the Elizabeth line because we forgot to do the Roundel photo the day before. We changed the District line trying to get back to Liverpool Street because I misread the map. And so then at Aldgate East we changed to the Hammersmith and City line and actually went to Liverpool Street. We had some lunch, then we hopped on the Circle and went to Tower Hill. And then we walked to Tower Gateway DLR. We got back on the DLR and we went all the way to Poplar. And then we changed and went all the way up to Stratford and changed again and went to Stratford International. And then we needed to get to King's Cross because that was where we were leaving from to go home. So we got the South Eastern High Speed HS1 from Stratford International all the way over to St Pancras International, which is here. Then we had a little bit more time, so we tried a couple more lines. We got the Piccadilly down to Green Park, and then we walked the really long corridor to change to the Victoria at Green Park. We went all the way back up to King's Cross on the Victoria. We got snacks, and then we went to our mainline train to leave London and go home. So that was the story of my London transport adventure in August. I am going on another adventure just for one day in February where I'm planning to do more DLR, the new bank refurbished station, and more Elizabeth line, and we're going to have a lot of fun. I'm going with one of my friends this time, so it's going to be awesome. But I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know if you want more London transport content or if you want me to do more tech content, because I'm trying to do a bit of a blend of the two, but I know that doesn't always work. So let me know. I will see you in the next video.